What's up, everybody? This is podcast Gameoverse, video games, the animated series, episode 077 for Saturday, July 17, 7/17, episode 77. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined by my dude Rick. What's up?
Yo, what up? I'm excited. We don't have a lot to talk over, but it's always fun to do these, man. I love this show. I love doing this show. I love being here. I love talking about games and stuff. I'm here. I'm excited. You're here. You're excited. So let's start, man.
Yes.
Tell the people what you've been playing, man.
You can go to, or you can find us real quick. Let's handle business up front here, because people, have like short attention spans. But you can find us. We do this live every Saturday, guys. So like, you can go to Gameoverse.com. You can go to Gameoverse.com/Twitch. You can go to Gameoverse.com/YouTube. You can go to Gameoverse.com/Discord and jump in the chat as we do this live. Doing this live right now. You can talk to us. We talk back. Give us something to talk about during the show, and we'll talk about it. Like for instance, I finished The Medium.
Yeah, it was,
and
that's a fucking thing.
I gotta say,
Oh man,
I don't like this game like almost at all. I don't think this game is very good. I'm surprised to see that this game got a lot of like praise. Not that it shouldn't get any praise. It is doing, it's doing some stuff. It's made by Bloober Team, who are the guys that are working with Konami for some unannounced game, rumored to be a Silent Hill game, but then they deny every chance they get that it's a Silent Hill game. But either way, they're working with Konami on something. So I wanted to kind of go back and look at The Medium, and I don't think this game is very good. The story is extremely convoluted. It's like Inception, where like 90% of the story takes place in a flashback, and at times it's a flashback inside a flashback, because it's a woman she's retelling the story to someone in the beginning, and then it flashes back to her actually doing the stuff that she's talking about. And
is
then
that
within
how
that,
it is? Like,
yeah,
that's
and then within that, you're playing the flashback that she's retelling to this person. So then you catch up to that point, and then like the end of the game is you catching up to that point, and then playing in real time. But yeah, so like while that's happening, you're super confused as to what is actually happening in the fucking story, because just the way they tell the story is super confusing.
yeah. I was like, it also doesn't help that like the game does this cool thing where it's like, oh, you interact with like, what is it, the spirit world or like hell? What is that supposed to be?
It's I forget what they call it in the game, but yeah, it's
It's
supposed to
basically
be
hell, right? Like,
not necessarily. It's just like the other side, I guess.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, the whole premise of the game is there's like two sides of reality. The material world and like the spirit world or some shit like that. And you exist on both sides at the same time. But then like that's confusing, because there's points where you are in both sides at the same time, and then there's points where you're in one side and transferring between the material world and the spirit world physically.
and it's like not great. It doesn't like the
Yeah.
game. Like when you're like between both of them, it's The frame rate takes a shit, dude. It is
Yeah, the
bad.
game
Like,
runs pretty much terribly across the board on any hardware. I like looked it up. I was like, am I the only one having trouble with this? And it turns out no. Even if you had like a 3090 and like the top flight equipment, you're still not getting 60 frames out of this. Um, like this game should be like a new benchmark because it's that demanding. But it was mostly fine. It was mostly fine. You just turn some of the settings down, and that wasn't a huge issue for me. But yeah, I think we talked about this game mostly last week. I just
yeah,
wanted to say
we you talked about it a bit too. Like last time, like we streamed, you had me watch the ending, and it was like
yeah, the
it was
ending.
not satisfying. It was
Good
not
God,
satisfying.
the ending, dude.
Yeah,
Like it is some of the most blue balls shit I've ever seen in my life, man. Like zero payoff, and then they try to make you feel bad about hating the game because after the credits roll, it goes, "Hey, thanks for playing our game. We worked really hard on this, and this was our first like thing where we tried to do something like this, and we're really proud of it. And we would appreciate if you left a review on the store page. And actually, we'll take you right there, so you can do that right now." And I'm like, "Oh God, come on, guys! Like, I know you worked. It's hard making video games, but you don't have to come out here and say how hard it was to make this video game."
I could tell
Like,
how hard it was by the end, by
yeah.
the end product. But no, jokes aside, they are a very small team doing something this ambitious. Like technically, on a technical level, it's like not easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Essentially, the game's running like when you run the game, you're essentially running like two games. Like because you
Yeah.
can swap back and forth between like the world you exist in and like this other side. And there are moments where they run simultaneously and it does a split screen thing, and it looks cool in practice if the frame rate didn't like take a shit, like an obvious shit. Like,
Yeah. Um, yeah, the medium. It's on Game Pass, so
yeah.
check it out if you're curious, or just you got a full playthrough up on the YouTube channel, gameoverse.com/YouTube. You just go there and watch it. I guarantee you will get the same. It's probably better you don't play it because it's frustrating. Like the puzzles are bad. Like it's bad at telling you where to go. There's times where I'm just running around aimlessly trying to figure out what the fuck they want me to do. Uh, More than once, like several occasions, that was happening. Um, yeah. So the medium. That was the medium. Um, and then we played some Dark Alliance. You and
We
I.
did. We did. And that was that was a trip, dude. Um Dark Alliance. This is my first time playing it, your second time playing it.
Yeah.
And I had heard reviews that like the game takes a shit when you put it online or you play with other people. And so you had the base for comparison. You said the game like noticeably like ran worse when we were playing together than when you're running by yourself, right?
Uh, yeah. Like I was all of a sudden noticing things that had not been occurring when I was playing
Yeah.
solo. Like like the common thing that people I guess on the internet talk about is how unresponsive the enemies are. But I swear, and I don't totally remember, but I swear they were not that bad when I was playing solo.
Yeah.
Uh, like
And
I
it
kind
didn't look that bad when I was watching your solo gameplay. Because I went back and watched it like the next day after we had played it together, and I was like, yeah, this looks way better. But with us, it was God, the game it ran fine, but once you start interacting with anything, it was bad. Like you go to like break something or hit somebody, and in a normal game, they react when you hit them, when your weapon makes contact. With this, I don't
yeah
know if it was a lag or bad programming, but they would react after the animation finishes. So, like if you swing a sword and you have a whole like arc, they don't react when the sword hits them. It reacts when the sword finishes its arc, and it looks really bad. Same, it's worse with environmental stuff because like barrels break on like one hit. So you see like you swing and then crash, and it's It's not great, and enemies are bouncing all over the place. I don't know if that's lag or what, but
Yeah.
I would like do an attack, and the combo would end. I'd hit an enemy, knock them away, and they'd fucking like teleport like right back in front of me. And sometimes it would be doing mid combo. Like my combo would be knocking enemies away a little bit, but they would like rubber band back in front of me, so I can smack them around some more. And it wasn't great. It wasn't a fun experience. Like we kind of memed on it while we were playing. Um, I had fun, but not because of the game. I had fun in spite of the game, not because of it.
Yeah.
So you can catch up our playthrough on a Gameoverse on the Gameoverse YouTube channel and watch us play through it and just meme on it for
Oh,
like 2 hours.
where can they find that channel?
YouTube.com/Gameoverse or Gameoverse.com/YouTube.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You can find us on Gameoverse.com/YouTube. You can watch that playthrough there. You can watch Wasabi's playthrough and then our playthrough together to see the differences. And it's bad. It's
Yeah.
noticeable. Also doesn't help. I went up a difficulty level. Like I went up one difficulty level. And we're getting stomped, but you actually liked it because it actually forced you to like actually learn the mechanics and play the game the way it was meant to be played. I say in quotes.
Yeah,
Um,
I
but even then,
guess.
like the game doesn't do a good job explaining it. Like we had all these moves, and it's like, oh, this move does bleeding, stun, causes fortification, and blah blah blah
Like
blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what does
curse.
that shit mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
and curse. And it's like, what the fuck does that shit mean? Like there's this ability I would cast called stall, and would cast something called stalwart on me, and I don't know what that is. I think my best guess, based on like how my character was acting before and after I cast it, is it would negate like it would negate stun animation for me. But that's like my best guess. There's nothing in the game that told me that. And I looked through like the game's like codex. I looked through everything I could to see what this shit meant, and I couldn't find it. Like I couldn't find where this stuff came into effect or what it does. Um it's not a great game. It's just I played it for free, and that's why I kind of like I had fun with it. But if I had bought this game day one, paid $60 for it, like I know some people did, I would have been fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's not great. It's not great, and it sucks because like I want to like it. If you want a good D&D game, Solasta, Crown of the Magister, is also on Game Pass, and that directly uses 5e's system. So it's basically a D&D game on your PC. You get to make your own character, choose your class, background, alignment. You could even choose your character's personality type. And it's cool because like the personality type stuff is based off of your background and your class. So if you're like, I don't know, like a sorcerer who grew up at like a mage academy, you can choose between like very proper speaking terms. If you're like a sellsword, you can be very honorable and speak casually, or you can talk like a thug. It's really cool. And so if you want a good D&D game, like play that. Fuck this Dark Alliance game. And if you want a good action game, like Diablo's out there, fucking there's a ton of options if you want a good like action game. You don't have to play Celeste. You don't have to play Dark Alliance. Anything
uh
else you've been playing?
and then we played a little bit of No Man's Sky.
Yes, we played No Man's Sky last night. My first time playing it. It was fun, dude. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. We got to see some cool shit. The game started us out on this like icy planet that kept trying to kill us, so that was fun. I was reading through like the tutorial and stuff, and the game was telling me like, "Oh, you're taking cold damage," and my health was dropping, and I was like, "Well, that sucks." And but we got to see some cool shit. The space station looked really cool. We got to this planet that was like fractured and
Yeah.
some weird anomalies. We got to see some weird shit that I've never seen before. That was a lot of fun. Like I don't know what that game was day one, but I'm glad I got to experience what it is now, and that I want to get back into it. I had a lot of fun with that, and I am looking forward to playing it again.
Yeah,
That
it's
was a blast.
that fractured planet which is what you're seeing in the video right now. If you're watching this on Gameoverse.com/YouTube or Gameoverse.com/Switch, uh, that fractured planet was like I've never seen this before in this game. And I've played it with like mods and shit that like add stuff like this, and even then I've never seen anything like this. Um, it was crazy because like everything was this like polygonal, glitched out mess. Even the animals were like these floating.
Prisms. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane, dude.
The trees were just broken prisms. And I'm like, this is insane. I've never seen this. And then we actually saw like on the first planet, that icy planet, there was a giant fucking worm that was like jumping around, and I was like, that's.
And we saw him once, and then we never saw him again.
Yeah, no, it's not, we saw him twice.
Popped up. I saw him once. He popped up once, scared the shit out of me, just to let me know, like, yo, I'm here, and I'll fuck you up, but I'm not gonna do that now. You're only still alive because I allow it.
And it's super cool how the multiplayer works, because you're not tethered to the other person. So like, you could be on the space station and I could just fly away and just go to another planet and go, hey, you should come here and check out this planet. And just build like a base and stuff. It's impressive because
really
the game didn't start out like that. It's crazy that they how much they turned it into this whole multiplayer experience without having started there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really liked it. I had a blast with it, dude. I want to keep playing it, and I was just as surprised as you were that that's not how it started.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like I can't imagine. I can imagine being upset with what we got from the beginning, because when I was playing through, I was like, okay, cool. This is like what I was seeing in like trailers and shit, and it's really funny to know that that's not how it started out.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I had a blast. I had a lot of fun with it. There's still some crazy shit I was finding. I was like, what does this mean? What does that do? What's the point of this? And I want to keep playing it to get more into it. But
yeah,
thank you for like suggesting it, because that was fun. That's not my
Fridays.
kind of bag, dude. That's not usually my type of game, but that was fun.
Fridays, we're gonna be trying to do like community streams Friday nights where we just we play a multiplayer game Fridays, and anyone who wants to jump in can jump in.
Yeah, check us out. We're gonna try to do this every Friday night. It'll be fun, man. Get together, we can play some games. You can suggest a game and we can play it. You can suggest a game that Wasabi and I can play. You can hop in the game with us. Either way, it's gonna be a fun time for everybody involved. Come check us out. We did it last night. We didn't really get anybody in. But it was still fun, and we want to keep doing this, so we'll do it every Friday night when we can. The next day we'll have the podcast, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I'm still playing Mass Effect, and I still love it. I picked up the Legendary Edition when that came out. I'm still playing it. I am doing an Insanity playthrough, which is like the highest difficulty in the game. I've never tried it before. Surprise! It's fucking hard. Like, not like a fair hard, which is, I don't know. I go back and forth on it. Like Mass Effect 2 Insanity, it's more or less the same game, but now enemies are more accurate, they do more damage, and they all have like some sort of like shield or something. So Mass Effect has this really cool system where enemies have different health types. There's regular health, which no benefit, nothing really. There's armor, there's shield, which is like an electrical shield that surrounds you and blocks bullets, and then there's barrier, which is like a biotic psychic shield that you can put up. And each one of them requires different abilities to bring down. So armor is weak to stuff like fire and armor-piercing rounds. Shield's weak to things like disruptor ammo or electrical ammo, and overload tech attacks. Barrier is weak to like biotic attacks that can bring it down, or specific biotic ammunition. And every enemy, even basic enemies enemies have some sort of shield or armor or barrier on top of their health. Even like the husks, which are like zombie enemies, have armor, which is really frustrating when they fucking come at you in packs. And you can't just one shot them with your strongest gun because you got to deal with that armor first. And I both love and hate it because it makes the game a lot harder than it needs to be, but it also forces you to like really think of like your team composition. If you're fighting enemies that have armor and you don't have any fire weapons or armor piercing rounds, you're gonna have a really fucking hard time. So the game kind of forces you, like, if you've beaten it already, know, like, okay, these are the enemies I'm going to face. These are the people I'm going to bring with me to make it easier. And it's very rewarding and shitty at the same time. And I still don't know if I like it or not.
Yeah, that
But I'm
is
still playing it. I'm still playing it. So that must mean something, but I don't know.
that is not how I ever want to play a Mass Effect game. So I would not be
It's
doing that.
it can be very frustrating because every enemy has some sort of something on top of their health. Again, even like the zombie creatures, the husks, all have armor. So I can't just shoot them until they die. I gotta like, okay, I gotta equip incendiary ammo or armor piercing ammo, or hit them with an incendiary blast to bring down that armor, or hit them with a biotic warp to rip the armor apart, and then I can like take out their health. And when you have a fucking swarm of them coming at you, like they're basically the zombie enemies, so they send a lot of them at you. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. But again, it can be rewarding because it forces you to like think about that. You know, bring members that can handle armor, bring team members that can handle shields, bring team members that can handle barriers, and it can make it very rewarding when you play it right, the way the game wants you to play it. I still recommend everyone just play on normal or easy. Just play whatever difficulty floats your boat. I'm only doing this because I played this game so many times. I need to do something new. I don't recommend everybody try for Insanity, but be warned, if you do try it, it's a fucking pain in the ass. But
All
that's all
right.
I've been playing, man. Nothing new, really. Still, I'm boring. I'm boring. I play the same game, the same like 3 to 4 games. So nothing new for me, really.
All right. Mass Effect. Uh,
Yeah, that's Mass Effect. That's the Mass Effect hour. But we have
uh,
a lot to go over, man.
things happened.
Quite,
Yeah.
yeah, some stuff happened. You know, news happened, man. We gotta go over that. Ah, man, quite. Not a lot has happened. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, this was like a huge week for gaming because it really wasn't. We just got some late announcements. There was one big thing though. Valve announced the Steam Deck. Just kind of just shadow announced it. Just I never heard rumors about this before.
You did.
I don't really keep my I did. I definitely did. Okay.
Yeah, we talked about it here. Uh,
Yeah.
the like leaked. It was called Steam Pal. Is how
Oh
it
yeah,
showed
yeah,
up
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah. Yeah, I
database.
remember.
Um, and yeah, here it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. We
I
got an official announcement on Thursday. And before we talk shop, talk features, what do you think?
I think this is the perfect thing. So if
Yeah?
you somehow don't know, yeah, Valve announced a handheld PC
Yep.
gaming console. Um, and yeah, I think it's the perfect timing for this because there's already a small niche market for this exact thing. If you ever heard of like the Aya Neo or the GX1 or whatever the fuck that thing is called, or G fuck what's it GD GC GCX X. There's these things already exist. Is what I'm saying, but
Okay.
they don't exist like this though. They don't
Yeah.
exist where they have like a dedicated operating system that's just built to play the games first and foremost, but can also do other things. So it'll be running the latest version of the Steam OS version 3.0, which is going to be built on Arch Linux. I think previously it was built on Debian. And the thing about Arch is that it has a much lighter overhead, so it should be a much more efficient operating system. but also just like I like the way that it looks. I like the way that it seems to function.
Yeah, I do
Um,
too, man. It's got a lot quality of life stuff that I really like. So it has your basic, it has your basic buttons, you know, left and right sticks, left and right triggers, top and bottom, four face buttons, a D-pad, but it also has trackpads on the bottom of the unit, on the left and right side, to the left and right side of the screen, the bottom of the unit. It has trackpads for games that, you know, don't really play well with sticks. If you need like mouse support, you have something there to like recreate it. It also has motion controls for tilting, gyro controls for aiming, touchscreen on it, so you could really play games however you want to play them on this little
yeah,
device, which is fucking neat.
and then
And
it's a full fledged
yeah,
PC,
it
so you can
is.
still plug in a mouse. You can plug in a keyboard. Uh, it's got Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so it's gonna have a dock where you can just plug in whatever the fuck you need and just go.
Yeah, it's fucking
Um,
dope.
I think one of the most interesting things is the layout they have here. It's like no one's really ever done this before, where the D pad is like next to the analog stick, and the buttons are like
Yeah,
to like the left and the right of each other. Uh, it looks weird, but I don't
it
know.
does.
That might be fine though.
Yeah, like I don't think it'd feel that weird. Like
Yeah,
I'm imagining it, and I'm like, I don't think it'd feel that weird. It would feel different for sure, but I don't think it'd feel weird. And I want to get my hands on it so I can like really try it and judge it, but I don't think it's gonna be like a deal breaker, you know?
yeah.
It's not this like outrageous layout that I'm like, oh, I can't play it. Like I play like pretty much everything. You know, I got a PC, Switch, PS4. I use an Xbox controller on my PC. Like I'm fine. I'm fine with different control styles. I don't mind it. And what's cool with the Steam Deck too is that it does sell a separate like docking station. So you can, if you want, dock it to like a monitor or your TV, and you can plug any. It's a PC, so you can plug any third party devices to it. Controller, mouse and keyboard. If it runs on your PC, it'll work on this, and that's fucking awesome. I love that.
Well,
It's a full
it should
PC.
work.
Yeah,
It's a full
it should.
PC, but you got to remember that it's running Linux and it's running Proton, which is like a translation layer for like DirectX to um to like Linux to work on Linux. So it's not directly one to one what like a Windows PC would be.
Yeah.
And that's the main difference between this and like every other thing that does this is that those are like full-fledged Windows consoles, and this is running
Mhm.
Linux with Proton. So there's gonna be like a handful of games that just don't work or work poorly, but they've done a lot of work on getting that Proton stuff to run like as well as it does. So
Exactly,
um,
and what's cool too is that, like, if you don't like the Steam OS, like, even Valve has said, like, you can wipe it, put something else on it.
yeah,
So, it's cool, man. I love the beauty of PC gaming is being able to game however you want. You know, you could any settings you want, any peripherals you want, you have that control. And I like that Steam's carrying that over to the Steam Deck. And I really like it. The pricing is a little out there if you're expecting like Switch prices. That's not this. This is priced as a console. I think the base unit's like what, $400 for the base unit?
it's priced as a console, but like I
Yeah.
said, there's other so the other devices that do this are way more expensive. Baseline thousands of dollars. Well, not thousands.
Yeah?
Baseline like $1,000
Okay.
for an equivalent thing that does this. So these prices are extremely good uh, in comparison to like other things of its class. You're looking at $399 for the base 64 gigabyte model, which you shouldn't you shouldn't buy that. I mean, they all do have expandable storage. You just slap an SD card in there.
Yeah.
Um, so like maybe if you just want to do that, then you can do that. The 64 gigs is just not enough for any sort of serious gaming.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's really not. And that's why I think it's like the 64 gig models at like 399. And I think the next step up's the 128, and that's like 550. Hold on, I'm
it's
looking them up right now.
it's 256, and that one's
256.
529 dollars.
Yeah. And the 512 is 649.
Yeah,
So not these aren't Switch prices. Like that's the thing. A lot of people are looking at this like, oh, it's like a Switch. These are not Switch prices. These
I
are
don't
console
understand all the
prices.
Switch comparisons, man. Like people keep comparing this thing to a Switch, and yeah, it's a handheld gaming console. That's where the comparisons end.
It's a
Like,
handheld gaming console that you can dock to a TV or monitor.
yeah, but
So like
you can do
that's
that.
it's a you can, but keep in mind the Switch is a more popular machine. Like, the average consumer hasn't heard of these other like portable consoles.
Yeah,
And that's where the comparisons come from. People just compare it to what's most popular right now. And I've been seeing a lot of discourse online. People like, oh, I was expecting like Switch prices, but if you think about what you're getting, like this is a console. Like this, you shouldn't be comparing this to like a Switch. You should be comparing this to a PC
this is a
or
thousand times
like
better than
a
Switch.
system.
This thing will run
Yeah,
more Nintendo games than your Switch.
yeah,
uh,
exactly. You can download whatever you want to it, man. You want RetroArch on that thing? Go ahead, do it.
yeah,
We don't condone piracy here on Gameoverse.
I do. We'll get into it a little. We got another news story of just
Yeah.
that. But
But yeah, this is cool, man. This is a cool device. I'm really happy seeing this. I want one. That's just it. I want one. I've been debating if I should like when I'm gonna get a PS5 or an Xbox One, and I'm like, maybe I should just double down and just get a Steam Deck.
you can pre-order this now, and um, which by the way, the whole process of that yesterday. It was yesterday when it went live.
Yeah.
Fucking clusterfuck, just
Yeah,
like you would expect.
you had a hard time, man.
Here's what I'll say about it though. They did a good thing, which was based on like the age of your Steam account and how recently you've purchased something. They opened up the pre-orders. So if you had an old account and you purchased something before June, then the pre-orders went live yesterday. But if you just like made your account and you're trying to buy this thing, they don't go live until Sunday. I think Sunday. Um, so that's like 2 full days to get your pre-order in before the assholes get in. Which I like that. That's what everyone should be doing. I don't know why no one else does that, but that's a very
Um,
good thing.
GameStop kind of does it. I don't know if I told you, but I got an email from GameStop because I'm a Power Up Rewards Pro member, and they were like, "Yo, we're sending out these emails for Power Up Rewards Pro members. You guys are gonna get these emails of our first shipments of PS5s, Xbox Series X's, and 3090s. Actually, like they gave us all first dibs on it.
Nice.
I gave it to my brother because I didn't really want to get a PS5, so I had my brother do it. And even though like he came in because like they were gonna start at 10 o'clock like Central Time, which here would have been like 8. So we started at like 8:20, 8:15, and he was still able to get one. So some companies are starting to wise up a little bit and realize like, hey, we gotta crack down on these scalpers. And I think that's a good way to do it. If someone's like a tenured customer, they're probably not a scalper. And that'll help cut down on that. But I don't know. I don't work on that
Yeah.
business. So
Even though people are scalping this thing already, like their
yeah.
pre-orders. But you can pre-order it now. You only have to put $5 down, and then it's on like a first come first serve basis where the first people to get the pre-orders in are the ones are going to be the first ones to be able to buy it. Which again, that whole process was fucked
Yeah, I know you
yesterday.
were having
So
trouble with it. Were you able to like actually get a pre-order in, or is
Yeah,
that like not
but I
happening?
think they're gonna fulfill. It depends. They're gonna fulfill them, but they're gonna fulfill them throughout the year. I guess like mine said Q2 2022. So I'm not gonna see the shit until like it's already been out for like a half a year or whatever. So
Oh Jesus.
um, but like the problem is their servers got fucked, and so you just kept trying to buy it, kept trying to buy it. It's in my cart, just buy it. Go out and check out, check out, check out. And if you did it too much, it fucking fucked you by going, hey, you're trying to buy stuff too much here, so try again in like an hour. Um, so by then my place had already fucking fallen. It's like I got punished for trying to be the first one to get on there.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. So you had to get it late then. So you're in like that next wave, not the initial one.
Yeah. So
Well, you guys can see us in about half a year. Wasabi's first
yeah,
look at the Steam Deck.
yeah.
No, it's
Um,
cool. It's a cool machine, dude. I want one. I really want one. And honestly, I think I'm gonna forego getting one of the next gen systems. Just get the Steam Deck. Like my wife's been getting on my not getting on my case, but she likes to watch me play games, and she doesn't like sitting in my office with me while I sit at my desk. And she's been begging me like get the new Resident Evil, but I'm like, I don't want to play that on my PlayStation. I got a PC that can play it way better. So this might be a good compromise. I have this to like play in the living room so I can like spend time with her and hang out with her. And also I have something I can take on the go with me. So
yeah.
being a full PC, I think we talked about this already. You can download whatever you want to it. So I could like download Origin and play Mass Effect if I wanted to. I can download Game Pass to it and play all those games when they come out.
Um, theoretically, yes, but you would have to like Game Pass only works on Windows 10. And realistically, just like installing Windows on this thing doesn't seem like the thing you get with the Steam OS is you get that user experience, you get that
Yeah.
full UI, you get the things work way better because it's created for the hardware.
Yeah.
Um, using using like the Steam controller in Windows without Steam running is like next to impossible. Uh,
Well,
and
here's
then but
what's
it's just
cool with
having
it
the
though.
having to
Like,
deal with the entire Windows interface with this thing just seems like a fucking like it would be a clusterfuck.
I don't think it'd be that bad. I mean, it has the track pads for
Yeah,
controlling the mouse stuff, and then you have the touchscreen for controlling like keyboard stuff. I don't think it'd be that bad.
but
It wouldn't be optimal,
you got to think
but it
about
wouldn't be a nightmare.
how you got to think of like how but then you're thinking about how good Windows shit is for touchscreens
That's
and
true.
like shit like that, which is terrible. Windows 11 is supposed to be better at that, but we I don't know. We're not going to see that. I guess by the time this thing's out, Windows 11 will be out, so maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on that. I'm like I never want to deal with Windows with a thing like this. uh because I've had Windows tablets and they were not good without a keyboard and a
Yeah.
mouse. Uh,
We'll have to wait and see then. I'm excited for the device. I really am. I think it's cool as fuck. I'm thinking of like all the possibilities with it, and I can't wait to like really get into it, man. Like I said, I'm probably just gonna end up getting this instead of one of the new systems. It just seems like a better investment for me, if I'm being honest.
yeah, I'm definitely getting this, regardless of the like it's I'm gonna be getting a PS5 too at some point, but this is just this is my shit right here, man. If I can play Binding of Isaac, if I can play some DJ Max portable again,
Oh, I know.
uh, Skyrim fully modded portable, uh, buckets, dude, cum buckets, just fucking all over the place. But yeah, literally.
Literally. You send me a picture of the bucket you just came in.
I
But
just
no.
mean with like
Uh,
Skyrim specifically is just like a porn game now. It's like the
oh
best porn
yeah.
game you can buy.
It's cool, man. Like
Seriously.
I'm excited to see this. Like I really am. It's really cool to see like after the past couple years, PC gaming has been I don't want to say taken more seriously because it's always been taken seriously, but it's become more mainstream for sure. And to see a product like this just capitalize on it, like, hey, all the barrier of entry for PC gaming, like we're basically eliminating it now.
Yeah. Um and also like I would like some of these features to come to like actual Steam as well.
Oh yeah, like what?
Because well some of the interfaces they're showing here like how the notifications work
Oh
where it's
yeah,
just like it pops up on the thing and you just hit the button and it all just I'm sure Steam like kind of works like that already, but no one really like the community aspects of Steam don't seem because everyone always goes somewhere else. Like if you're gonna chat, you're gonna go to Discord, or if you're
yeah.
gonna like share it, like things in Steam, people don't really stay for like the community stuff. Um, it'll
Exactly.
be a
Like
lot
people just use
better.
Steam to play games. Like
Yeah,
even like the other day, we were playing No Man's Sky. We didn't use the in-game voice chat at all. We were using Discord,
yeah.
and so it would be cool to see that. You're right. If Steam could implement that into their to their shit,
Cause it's
you know,
got like
non
a
Steam
share
Deck stuff.
button. It's got like a
Mhm.
Steam button. It's got buttons for this stuff, but yeah, I would like to see. Oh my god, this guy's playing Nino Cooney on this thing.
And see, I want to see this too, because like again, it kind of like legitimizes it a little bit better now, because now instead of like trying to compete with like the PC gaming market, they're like, no, we're like a console. Like we're like the best hybrid between like PC gaming and console gaming. And you know, now people are frustrated. They can't can't get a hold of the new systems. You know, this might be a good alternative if that shortage is still around. Probably won't be. Like, you know, by the time these are available, the new consoles might be more readily available for people, but we'll see, man.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
see, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited for it. And I just about like shit bricks when I saw this, dude. I was so happy seeing this.
yeah, yeah, same.
Yeah, I cannot wait for it. I did not think it was gonna be this cool. And here it is. It's awesome as fuck. Um, that's the Steam Deck hour. We put a lot of time into that, but it's fucking great, dude. And we have a quick look at some other things. Resident Evil Village just had a crack, and it basically completely fixes all the stuttering issues to the PC version. So we see
Yeah,
this every time a major game comes out on PC, dude. Like, you know,
um,
DRM protections just bog down the game, and when people manage to crack it, it
yeah.
runs way better.
It's not every time, but like because I think the problem here is that Capcom has their own DRM solution on top of Denuvo.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, and like that's what's fucking it up.
That's what's fucking it up.
And people were reporting these issues since the game released on PC, and now that this crack is out, Capcom actually came out and made another statement that was like, yeah, so we're going to be looking into reports of stuttering, and like now they're going to look into it now that this has happened." uh,
Which is funny because like, you know, we do see a lot of this. Like it's not every time, that is an exaggeration, but we see a lot of it, dude. Like when Doom Eternal came out, like that Denuvo was fucking with that a lot. And
yeah,
it got to the point where like after the first like what month, 2 months, they just removed it. After they
yeah,
got all their first day sales, they just removed it. And I don't know. Like I understand why it exists, but these cracks happen so quickly. Like, is it even worth it to keep these if they fucking bog down your game as much as they do? You know?
they don't. I don't think they care about uh, how it affects the game. They just want people to buy it. Uh, Because more people are gonna buy the game than they are gonna pirate it, and if they're gonna pirate it, they're not gonna buy the game anyway. So
Exactly.
it's like you're trying to you have a solution for a thing that's not really a problem.
really a problem. Yeah, I agree. And that's what's so frustrating about it. And it's funny to see that this crack like actually fixed it. And
Yeah. And then that's the other thing is people who did buy the game have a worse experience than the people who didn't,
exactly,
uh, because you care
exactly.
about
So
your money more than the player. But
exactly. And then some other quickies. This is really funny to me. I didn't know this was happening. But Nier Automata, the Steam version, got a patch. Finally. Those of you who don't know, when Nier Automata came out on PC, it ran like dog shit. It was a very, very shoddy port. Did not run well at all. And a year later, when they released this next version, what was it called? The one that released on Xbox.
yeah,
Remember that?
yeah,
That one came to Game Pass on PC, and that ran great. And just now, like what, like 5 months later, 6 months later, the Steam version's getting these updates. And just looking at the fixes, it's a whole list of fixes. This looks like what was in that Game Pass version that ran so well. They're
yep.
finally implementing it to this. Um, just a quick run through things like control over anti-aliasing adjustments, 4K textures, totally new UI icons for textures, backdrops, UI elements, stuff like that. Those all got reworked to work in 4K resolution. Global illuminations being implemented to it. A ton of bug fixes are being implemented to it. High dynamic range is being implemented. This is all stuff that
The
I played on
cutscenes,
the Game Pass version.
the
Yeah,
cutscenes
the
are now
cutscenes.
60 FPS.
Yep. Cutscenes are now at 60 FPS. All stuff I saw in the Game Pass version
Yeah,
and the Windows Store version if you bought on the Windows Store. I don't know why you would. Game Pass exists, but whatever. Um it's funny to me that like Steam just got so shafted on this version. It took so long to get these fixes to it. And it's funny to me. I don't know what took so long. There must have been some licensing thing or some deal with Microsoft. I don't know. But it's weird to me that that took as long as it did to finally get out there.
yeah. But
But it's working now, so that's cool.
yeah,
It's working
we
now.
did have like, I think Durante has, the guy that made like the Dark Souls fix. He had a fix for this as well. That pretty much did most of this stuff. Um, but yeah, it's good to have it in there officially, since they had
Yeah,
already did it officially.
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that weirds me out is that like I can understand like never fixing is it's like oh we never wanted a PC version of this game anyway. It was built for consoles. That's what it was built for. So we're not gonna update Steam version. It's shitty, but I get it. But they did release an upgraded PC version later, and it just took even longer for Steam to finally get it. It's just funny to me to see this happening. It's cool that it's there. So now, if you have it on Steam and you didn't download these third party mods to get it working, now you have a legitimate, I say quote unquote, way to play it at its best possible way. Um, Nier Automata is a great game. So seriously, if you haven't played it yet, go check it out. I fucking love Nier Automata.
Yeah,
We also got Tetris Effect Connected is launching on Steam August 18th. This
yeah,
was a Microsoft exclusive for a while, so it's cool to see this happening.
yeah.
Um,
Not only that, but it's going to have cross-platform play, I do believe.
yep, yep, and it's
Uh,
playable on fucking everything, dude. PS4, Quest, the Epic Game Store, like
oh yeah, I forgot it was like VR too.
yeah. So it's really cool to see that. I like seeing crossplay. I like seeing cross releases for games like this. Tetris is a fucking classic. You know, you don't need us to tell you Tetris is fun, and it's cool to see this coming to everything.
Yeah,
Other news: Rainbow Six Extraction. The Rainbow Six Extraction got delayed to January. remind me, was Extraction a whole new game, or was it like an update to the existing Rainbow Six?
It's a new game. It's supposed to be a co-op. It's sort of like Left 4 Dead, or I guess the better
Yeah,
comparison would be GTFO. If you
yeah.
know what that is, but it's your 4-player like co-op like pseudo horde mode, I guess. But they're making a game out of that.
Which you remember when Rainbow Six got announced? When Rainbow Six Siege got announced, all the marketing was like this hyper realistic, like basically like hostage negotiation simulator.
Yeah.
I remember some of the first gameplay trailers are like, hey, check this out. You can control this camera, see what's inside, breach this door.
Well, that's what
And
that
now
game
it's like, now
is.
there's aliens. It is, that is what it is at its core. But it's funny to see it's like, oh, here's aliens and shit now. Um,
Yeah, I'm not sure what like I don't remember the story behind this. Uh
I don't either. I fucking never played Rainbow Six. You kidding me? So
Rainbow Six is good, man. Like, but I don't like the competitive stuff. I like the terrorist hunt mode. I remember me and my dude Jarek would play Rainbow Six Vegas, and we would just do the terrorist hunt mode on the max difficulty. So it would be like 100 motherfuckers with who can all one shot kill you. And we just like stealthing our way through and trying to like take them all out. Like that shit was fun.
speaking of Tom Clancy games, you excited for that Mercs versus Spies like standalone game that's coming out pretty soon? I can't remember what it's called, but we talked about it a couple weeks ago on the podcast, I think.
Yeah. Well, I haven't heard much about it since then, but yeah, I'm
I can't remember
fucking
what it's called.
excited
It's like
about it.
Vanguard and Reaper or
Sept,
something.
sept, 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 Scepter, uh, Spectre.
Yeah, something like that. But that looks dope. Like
Yeah,
it looks like fun. But yeah, we got this update that Rainbow Six Extraction got it delayed to January. Those of you all excited for it, bummer, but I like hearing
the
games get
the
delayed
three of you.
because yeah, I like hearing games get delayed because it lets me know that hey, they're actually putting some work into it. We're not gonna get some fucking buggy mess when that comes out.
Yeah, like Riders Republic, which is also delayed. Uh,
I've never heard of this game.
have you? Yes, you have.
Did I? Oh, this is at E3, huh? Yeah. Never mind. I do remember this. It was at their Ubisoft Forward event. I do remember this one.
Yeah. Um,
This looked like Steep, but you know, not in the snow.
they just delayed it a month from September to October. Um, I don't know what good that's gonna do in reality. I don't know. Maybe a month is like a very good amount of time to do stuff, but I'm like a month. Like Cyberpunk got like several months, and I didn't do shit. Actually,
That's true.
I would love to see what that game looked like before they delayed it. I don't know.
Well, you kind of can like. Wasn't there? Didn't
Oh
CG Project Red like release their like bug video
yeah,
like a month before it was originally scheduled to come out?
but that just
Like
looks like
that's what made them delay it.
that just looks like the game that came out. To be honest, but whatever. Riders Republic looks like fun. It looks
It
like a
does.
lot of fun. Um, like I really want to play this. Um,
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like what Steep was trying to do, but like better.
yeah, but they're still doing Steep though. I think.
They are still doing Steep. That was on PlayStation Plus a while ago. I never played it. That's another one that looked like fun though, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's just
I'm
not
not a
enough.
fan of like really hyper realistic like sports games. I want like
Yeah,
crazy bullshit. And
SSX.
it
I
looks
want
like this is
SSX.
yeah. I want SSX exactly. I want SXX. I want Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
It still doesn't get there though. Like SSX to me is the pinnacle of extreme sports games. This still doesn't get there for me,
Yeah.
but
This definitely does some like bullshit, but it's not quite there. But it takes itself less seriously.
yeah,
That it is still something like funny. You know what I mean? Like it is
yeah,
still having fun. And at the end of the day, that's what we do, right? We play games to have fun. And I want to check this out. I might. I don't know if I'm going to pre-order it, but I'm definitely checking this out, and I'm going to keep keeping my eye on it if it's worth buying.
Yeah.
Also news and delayed. Ghostwire Tokyo also got delayed. If those who don't know, Ghostwire Tokyo is a Tango Gameworks game, the same team that made Evil Within, right? They worked on Evil Within.
Yeah. I yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's them. Yeah.
and I think Shinji Mikami was also leading Ghostwire Tokyo too. Still not entirely sure what it is. Like it's like a horror game, but it's like a really trippy, like cerebral horror game. So
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to be. I just know that that one lady was like meme to death when she was there announcing it, but that's about it. Um, and then she stepped down like a year later. But regardless, you know, again, I like hearing games get delayed because it lets me know that they're actually putting some work into it, trying to put some effort into making something playable. We'll have to wait and see when this comes out. I don't know a lot about it, but I'm interested enough to like pay attention. So I can't wait to see this one come out.
Yeah.
We got some new trailers and videos too. Big surprise. This one, I never heard anything about this before it got announced. So if there was talk or leaks or rumors, I didn't hear any of that shit. But the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl fucking got announced. And it's basically a Smash Brothers clone with Nickelodeon characters. And not just like new Nickelodeon characters, but like old Nickelodeon characters too. Like I saw like the Real Monsters characters in there
Yeah.
too, and I wasn't expecting that. And Nigel Thornberry's in it. He's probably there to fill out like a meme slot or something. It looks crazy, dude. Like it looks a lot better than it has any right to be. And there's this article with Kotaku that I was reading. They actually had a chance to sit down and talk with the devs, and they're very serious, according to this interview. They're very serious about making this like a competitive esports game. I'm gonna put that in the stream chat right now for all you to check out.
if
But
it's
here's the Kotaku
if it's
article.
good, they can do it. Like
Yeah,
the thing about Smash is that it sucks for like any type of like online
it does.
competitive shit. It's
It
bad.
does.
Even like in their official tournaments, it like lags out. But then like the announcers kind of just like talk around it as if it's not happening, and you're like, guys,
Exactly. Like, dude, you got to acknowledge it. Like, I get
yeah,
like you don't want to piss off Nintendo, but you got to acknowledge this bullshit. And what's funny is that like they're promising like rollback netcode to be able to play online competitively. They are promising a very finely tuned balance fighting game. Like this, they are trying to make this a competitive game.
um,
Where you know Nintendo's like, oh, we're a party game first, competitive second. It looks like they're trying to take an opposite approach to this.
yeah. Now we were
Um,
talking about Smash last week
yeah,
and just how much attention to detail that that game has specifically. Um, I'm skeptical that this game is going to provide that level of detail. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's just like
I am too.
how like the deep concepts and just how they thought about how every character would interact with each other, and the move sets and stuff like that. Like I don't think that this game is going to offer that.
Yeah,
But
I agree. I don't think it's going to offer that too, but what it is going to offer is a very tight competitive game, even though it's very vanilla. And I say that not insultingly. You know, it's not going to do any of this crazy, like outrageous shit that Smash Brothers trying to do. Like Kazuya, for example, we talked about how crazy Kazuya is, how different he is in the Smash formula. I don't think this game's going to do any of that. But if it gets the fundamentals down, you know, rollback netcode, a balanced character roster, competitive mindset going into it, this can be something special, dude. I really think so.
yeah,
And I mentioned this on the Discord chat, but if this game had come out last year with rollback netcode, it would have qualified for Evo when Smash didn't. So we'll see, man. I don't think anything's really gonna dethrone Smash, if I'm being honest. I don't think anyone has like the staying power or IP power that Nintendo does to dethrone Smash, but I like to see someone try.
who
And
is
this looks
this?
like it might be able to try. Who's
Who's
what?
Lucy?
She's from the Loud House.
What the fuck is that?
It's a newer cartoon that came out like a couple years ago.
Okay.
But that's what I like about this, though. It's showing off like all these old characters, these new characters.
Yeah.
Reptar from fucking Rugrats is playable, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna main Reptar for sure. I thought I'd be playing like Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles, but nope, I'm maining Reptar. Um, it's got Danny Phantom in it. It's got the characters from Real Monsters in it, and even Leonardo, like from Ninja Turtles, his design is like the original Ninja Turtle design from like the '80s. It looks like it doesn't look like the newer Ninja Turtle stuff Nickelodeon's been putting out, so that's really cool to see too.
I want Quail Man in there.
I would love to see Quail Man in here, dude. That'd be funny as fuck. But Doug is Disney, isn't he?
I want. I don't. Is he? I don't think so.
I think Disney bought out Doug, didn't they? Like
Oh,
the
that's
last couple
fucked
seasons
up.
of Doug was on Disney. Hold on.
I want Kel Mitchell in here as the Good Burger. Can we do that?
I would love to watch that. I would actually love to see that.
Yeah, they've got like
Yeah,
so much
so
potential.
Doug started out on Nickelodeon and then got moved to ABC when Disney bought it out.
That's fucked up. Oh, we're never gonna see
Well, actually
that then.
Disney only greenlit the last season. Oh, but they bought out Jumbo Pictures, the company that made Doug. Okay, so yeah, I think Disney looks like Disney owns it. So that
Um,
sucks.
yeah, they've got so much potential for characters here that I just want
Yeah.
to see where else they go. Is there a date
Yeah,
on
dude.
this?
Is there? I don't know. I was
It's
just going through the
fall
characters. I fucking pay attention to the date. It's fall?
fall
Okay.
2021. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and Switch. No PC.
See, that would be cool. I would love to see this come out and, try to eat Nintendo's lunch. I don't think they're going to succeed, but I'd love to see them try.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for this to come out. I'm probably going to check it out when it comes out, if I'm being honest. We also got to look at Path of Exile Expedition, the new big Path of Exile update. This isn't Path of Exile 2, right?
Do you
Or
skip
is it?
like 3 things?
Did I? Oh shit, I did. My bad. Shouldn't well, Path of we'll double back, but
Okay.
yeah, but Path of Exile. I played Path of Exile with you. I liked it. Is Expedition like Path of Exile 2 basically, or
No.
was it like a tower defense? Like
So they had a battle royale mode that was in it temporarily. I guess in one of the previous, it was like a joke, I guess, at that time. But they're bringing that back. Um, and then yeah, it's just a new season, I think. I think. But it coincides with like a larger patch that was like, hey, we're updating the underlying performance issues that we've been having for quite some time, and like they're doing a lot of back end updates to prepare for Path of Exile 2, but also introducing like, hey, here's a new season is about to start. Um,
see, that's really cool.
I'm not
I
like
like Path of Exile a lot, so I might check that out.
I'm not that deep into like the inner workings of Path of Exile. I just like get high as fuck and play the game and don't really pay attention to anything. So, um, I don't know what all this brings. I don't know the details of this other than it's happening. So,
Yeah,
um,
but I mean, you don't know the details of it, but you're still gonna get high as fuck and play it. So
yeah. I've been waiting for this to come out before I jump back into it. So, yeah,
exactly, and that looks like fun. Like I really liked it that little bit I played with you. So I've been looking for an excuse to get back into it. I mean, I didn't invest that much time into it in the first place, but it looks
yeah.
like fun. Doubling back a little bit 'cause I did skip some stuff. We got Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, which we got a look at the Wondrous Worlds trailer. This was like the Super Monkey Ball like greatest hits game, right?
I think
Basically, that's
so.
what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It had some of
Um,
their like best modes, their best maps and characters.
Monkey Ball, dude. This was the absolute first GameCube game I'd ever played
Really?
and bought. Yeah. So like, there's a soft spot in my heart for this franchise that I had never even heard of at the time. I was just kind of like, oh, monkeys are fun. Like, I have a GameCube and this game is on it, so let's just try it out.
I
And
love
yeah,
that mentality. Monkeys are fun. I got a GameCube. Let's check this out.
and yeah, it's a super fun like game. So I haven't
Yeah,
played it in quite a while. I haven't played any of these games, so
I've
um,
never played it, but this looks like the best version to get into because it's like
yeah,
this is the greatest hits collection. This is like all the best stuff, quote unquote, that this game has to offer. So this might be the best version to get into for me who's never played it before.
yeah, and it'll be on everything.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be on everything,
October
and I'm
5th.
excited
So
to see that. Yeah, I'm excited to see that come out. I'll probably check it out. That might be fun. Now we're something completely different. We got a story trailer for Shin Nagami Tensei 5, dude.
yeah.
I am I am excited for this game. I might break my rule of never pre-ordering, and I might pre-order this game if I'm being honest. Um, but I like SMT, I like Persona, I like those games, so I haven't been disappointed by one yet. So I might just go out and pre-order this game if I'm being honest. I'll probably end up doing that like today or tomorrow. But it looks like fun, dude. I love Shin Megami Tensei, the whole idea of it. They focus a lot on this world being ravaged by demons and having to remake it, and some of the dichotomy of like having humanity exist on their own, look out for themselves, or be subservient to God and do what He wants to do, but stay safe in the meantime. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of philosophical stuff. This when SMT has multiple endings, this is why it does it. It's because it makes you think about these kinds of things, and it's really cool to see that they're emphasizing that on the story trailer. The character designs look really cool. The main character design is kind of weird to me. I'm used to like effeminate male characters in JRPGs, but this is like a next step up from that. But it still looks fucking cool, dude. Graphically, the game
Are
looks
you
really
saying that's not a
cool. The
woman?
combat, that is not a woman. That is a man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. I got a lot of flack online for it, but I'm like, whatever. The game looks like fun, so I don't care. I like the fact it still showed off stuff I already knew about it. I like the fact that it's not random battles anymore. You can actually see the enemies like on the map. So I'm not just randomly getting into fights anymore. That shit's random battles are bullshit, and I'm glad that this is taking that out. It looks a lot like its regular SMT. It's got the press turn system. It's showing off some demons. Alice was in it. Alice is a really cool character. Jack Frost was in it. I like this. I like this a lot, and I really, really want to see what this does. If you played Persona, it's a lot like that, but it's going to be a bit darker. So expect a much darker, more deep storyline if you're going here from Persona. But they're still fun, rewarding games. I played SMT4 and 4 Apocalypse. I played Digital Devil Saga and Devil Survivor, and they're all fun. So I can't wait to play this. I will, if I don't pre-order this, I'll still be probably picking it up day one, if I'm being honest. And you
Looks
would
good.
like it, Wasabi. I think so.
I
Like
It's
you're
just a bummer that it's on Switch. uh
that's the
like
deal breaker that it's on Switch.
no, it's not. Well, it's not a deal breaker. It's just I would like it not on Switch.
And that's fine. I can see why, but the thing with SMT is that Nintendo, I think, has been funding all the SMT games that have been coming out, so that's why. But I'm not sure. I don't know the inner workings of the business side of it, but I'm excited for it, and I can't wait for that to come out. That's gonna be a JRPG I definitely sink a lot of time into.
Yeah,
We also got a look at. Oh, sorry.
I was just I need a new RPG to get into, and I think I'm gonna get the Monster Hunter stories. I think I'm gonna get that
Oh,
on PC because it's
cool.
on PC.
Yeah, yeah, it's on PC. So definitely check that out. If you play it, like I'll watch it.
Yeah,
Like I've never played any of the stories games, but I've been playing Monster Hunter forever, so I'd like to see what that looks like from my perspective.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you do it, let me know. I'll watch you, and I'll provide some. I'll assist you on the stream there. You can bounce off each other. But yeah, that looks like fun. Oh, sorry.
Gundam Evolution. So
Yes.
here's the thing about this.
Okay, let's hear. Because I don't know anything about this, so
No,
I
well,
can't
neither do
talk.
I. But I know what it looks like, and it looks like a fucking Gundam game that's Overwatch.
I am significantly less excited now.
uh, that's exactly what this looks like. Uh, Now it's all in Japanese, so I don't know anything about it other than what it looks like, and it looks like Overwatch but Gundam.
Yeah,
Now,
that's exactly what it looks like.
um, I can tell you I've been a fan of Overwatch in the past. Never been a fan of Gundam, but
Me
I've
neither.
always been like on the like outskirts, like interested in it at the very least. This looks pretty cool.
It
um,
does. It looks cool, and like I've never played Overwatch. Well, that's not true. I played a little bit of Overwatch, and it's okay. It's not bad. It's not my cup of tea, but it's definitely not bad. I don't want to say it's
yeah,
bad. And this looks really interesting the way it's handling it. I don't know. As someone who's not a Gundam fan, I don't know what a good Gundam game would look like.
yeah.
Maybe something more like Armored Core, but
Well,
I don't
because
know.
Gundam has done it's one of those franchises that they just do everything to. Like, here's a
Yeah,
Gundam Dynasty Warriors game, or here's a
that
Gundam.
sucks though, didn't it?
Well, actually, I never played it, but I think a lot of people enjoyed it. Um, yeah. So yeah, Gundam's just one of those things where they just put it on everything and see what happens. So like, this
Yeah.
shouldn't be
So
surprising, but it kind of is because Overwatch.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I
You
don't
would
know.
think it wouldn't be surprising, but we'll have to wait and see. It looks cool. Like it looks like a competent like Overwatch clone for sure,
It
and it
looks
looks like it's
chaotic
doing
as
enough.
fuck.
Yeah, it does look chaotic, but I kind of like that though.
Yeah.
I kind of dig it. It looks like fun though, and despite like all the jokes, it looks like it might be a fun game. This is not going to get me into Gundam at all, but I'm
Oh no.
definitely interested in what this is doing.
Yeah. Like if we can get some information on this in English, I would definitely see uh if it's possible to play it. Or like if it's free. Okay, it says the date. Okay, there's dates in this Japanese site that I don't know what that's for, but maybe like a beta test maybe? I think that's what the video was like, a beta test announcement. Uh and it looks like it started already until next month. Interesting.
I mean, I don't
Oh yeah.
speak Japanese, so I'm not going to be able to even sign up for that.
Yeah. I well, you find ways.
Yeah,
I
I don't
played
care enough to find a way
PSO2
though.
and I played PSO2 in Japan for years before we finally got it over here.
Yeah, that's true. But that looks cool. I'm definitely gonna keep it on my radar. We also got a look at My Friend Pedro, Ripe for Revenge. Have you played My Friend Pedro before, the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Uh
lot of fun. I love it.
yeah. Now this one, I didn't even know this was happening until like
Me neither.
I remember seeing a trailer of it somewhere, but like I thought it was just like a joke or something. This looks fucking awesome.
It does, and it's a mobile game, and it's going to be
Yeah.
free to play. It's dropping August 5th, so relatively soon. I played the first My Friend Pedro a little bit on Game Pass, and I liked it a lot. And this looks like fucking dope. Like I want to see more of this. I'm
Yeah.
probably going to be downloading that once it's available. If I'm being honest, it looks cool. It's an automatic. It's auto runner, kind of. It's an auto run in the sense the game's like moving for you, but you have so much control over like what you're shooting, how you move.
Yeah.
It's really neat. It looks like a really fun game, and it looks perfect for mobile. I want it. I want it. I like what I'm seeing. I'm probably gonna download this for iOS when that drops. It's free to play, so fuck it. Why not?
Play in the chat. What's up?
Um, yo, what up? Is it just coming to iOS or is it dropping on Android too?
It's Android too.
Oh, it's on Google. Yeah, Android too. Cool.
I think they're also
So
doing like
that's
an
good.
anime, or what? Am I
An
like
anime?
hallucinating on that? I could have sworn you were also doing like an anime for this. Not for this one specifically, but my friend Pedro in general. Or they had like an anime trailer for something. I don't know. I thought they had like a series that was coming out as well, but I don't totally remember.
I mean, if that's happening, that'd be cool. I like my friend Pedro. I never finished it, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. We also got a Kickstarter trailer for a game that looks fucking phenomenal.
Here we go.
We got a Kickstarter trailer for Crow Sworn.
So
I
when
never heard of
I
this game before.
neither had I until I set this up. uh, this when I first saw this, I thought it was a Hollow Knight. I thought, okay, here's why everyone was excited for Hollow Knight because they're making a new game. Uh, no, it's it's inspired heavily by Hollow Knight, which is crazy. That
Yes.
game's pretty like recent, so for it to cause to stir that kind of inspiration in people so early on is really cool.
It's a
But
feat. It's a feat into itself. Like, it's really cool to see. And in the trailer itself, in the description in the YouTube trailer, they mention it's inspired, by Hollow Knight. They're not trying to hide it, but they also admit that it's inspired by DMC and Bloodborne.
yeah,
And that's the part that's got me excited. The fucking combat looks phenomenal, dude.
yeah,
It's really fast, aggressive combat. It has a like a skill tree to develop your skills further with. The environments look fucking crazy. And it looks like fun. Like this game looks like it was made for me, dude. A Metroidvania with like Devil May Cry style gameplay. Like, yeah, I'm into it. Like, I think I talked about this like a week or two ago. That would be like my perfect game, and here it is. I love it. I love everything about this. You can back it on. Can you still back it on Kickstarter? Is the Kickstarter still up?
I think so.
Yeah, it is. Fuck. They had a $99,000 goal and they hit 405,000 with 22 days left to go on their funding. So
Very nice. If I'm being
very, very
honest,
nice.
99,000 is not enough to make this game. Uh, so
Yeah, I'm excited to see this happening, dude. I'm I'm gonna be following this one. This one looks like a lot of fun. It is still being kickstarted technically, so it's gonna be a while before it comes out. I doubt this game is really much further than what they're showing off now. But here's what's cool with this trailer is that they're actually showing off gameplay and showing like, hey, this is what it's supposed to look like. They have like a really cool like animated like thing to show off, a little cartoon in the beginning, and then they have gameplay showing off how the game's gonna play, which is more than you can say with like what Bloodstained had when that got announced, or Mighty Number 9 when that got announced. They didn't
yeah,
have any gameplay to show off, but here's like, hey, we got some gameplay. This is what we're looking for, and it paid off. They paid off their whole. They fucking got fully back in the first 3 hours they opened up, and it looks incredible. I don't think we're gonna have any issues with this coming out, or I don't think this is gonna be another Mighty Number 9 situation. I really
I
like what I'm seeing. If
liked
they just
that
keep
game,
this
by
up.
the way.
Mighty Number 9, really?
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's a fantastic game, but it was doing some stuff that I was like, that's a pretty neat idea. Like, you have to, it it benefited you in not killing an enemy, but taking them down as low as you could, and then dashing into them. And I thought that
I
was a
didn't have
pretty
fun with
neat.
that. I did not have fun with that. I played it for free on PlayStation Plus, and I still felt ripped off. I wanted to ask for a refund of my time after playing it. I gave it like an hour, and I was like, "This game fucking sucks."
Yeah, I actually beat that game.
You beat it?
I played
I'm
that game
sorry.
to completion. I enjoyed it.
I am sorry.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's good, but you know, sometimes I like bad games.
And like
Uh,
that's fine. That's fine if you like bad games. I don't, so I didn't finish it.
um,
But no, I can, joking aside, I can see the appeal for Mighty Number Nine. It's just not my cup of tea. And I can talk a lot about why I didn't like it. But this game, Crow Swarm, looks good. Like I
looks
like what I'm
good.
seeing here. And if
Yeah,
they keep up with what they're showing off here, it can be something really cool and special. And I'm definitely following this game with great interest.
make
I
me want to
cannot
go
wait
back
to see
to Hollow
what
Knight.
can, what was that?
It's making me want to go back to Hollow Knight and finish that.
This makes me want to play Devil May Cry. Or Guacamelee, something a little bit more action focused.
Yeah, Hollow Knight is action focused though.
I never got that far into it, which sucks. Like I own it on Steam and on PS4, and I haven't gotten that far into it. I want to just dedicate a day where I can like sit down and actually like play it instead of just like passively just going through the motions.
Yeah, that game is super good. That
That's
game
what
does
everyone tells
everything
me.
you like.
Yeah, it does everything I like.
It does everything you like.
That's what everyone tells me, and like I'm trying to get into it, but I don't know what it is. The first couple hours, I'm just like, "Oh, this was cool. I'll definitely get back into it," and then I don't. I don't know what it is. I think I just need to like dedicate some time to like play it until it clicks. I think it needs to be one of those games that like it's gonna click with me, and
Yeah,
once it clicks, I'm gonna get into it.
like Outer Wilds.
Like Outer Wilds.
That's the ultimate.
We
It
got
clicks, and then you
yeah.
dedicate the rest of your life to it.
We
Okay, what
got
else?
a video of a Bloodborne PS1 remake, the fight with Father Gascione. And this looks cool. This looks like a legit PS1 game. Reminds me of Nightmare Creatures, which a lot of people have compared like Bloodborne to, like a modern day Nightmare Creatures. And this looks cool. I like this. This is
Um,
a lot of effort went into this
it's a
to make
little
it look the way it
too
does.
smooth for like a real PS1. Like it needs to be running at like 20 frames.
Yeah, it's running at like a steady 30, and a PS1 was not steady 30. At least not games with these kinds of environments. The environment has way too much stuff too, I think. It needs
Yeah,
to be a little bit more generic. But other than that, like it's pretty cool, man. If you didn't
I
know
wonder
if I didn't
how.
know better, I would have said this came out on the PS1.
I wonder how this is being made. I don't know much about like demake culture, but I'm wondering like what's like are they doing this in Unity? Are they like what engine are they using? What like I need to know how this
Yeah,
is
that's what I want to
happening.
know too. I want to know how they're doing this. Um, Hold on. It's a little description here.
'Cause it looks I don't know. It looks not it looks like they're like well they've got like an obvious like filter on it. All right, peace out, Clay.
Wait to click. Yeah, I don't know how they did this. It's they says gameplay. So this is like a playable section. This isn't like an animation that they did. This is supposed to be playable.
Yeah.
Um,
But is it
and it looks
my
cool.
question is it playable on an actual PS1? That's
Yeah, it
like
doesn't list any of that here.
where
That's what I
like
don't
this
know.
the where this demake stuff comes in. I think like I always thought the whole point was to have it running on actual hardware. And I don't
Yeah,
think
but
that
this
this
this seems
would.
like a proof of concept and less of an actual like demake. But we'll
Yeah.
see. I mean, it looks cool. It says it's a work in progress, so they're working on something. And I like stuff like this. If you check out the YouTube channel, there's a ton of like stuff they've shown off. They've shown off like weapon effects, enemy types. There's a lot of stuff here that they're showing off. There's even a trailer for their own game called Arcus, that they have on their YouTube channel. If anything, I just have a new YouTube channel to subscribe to, just to subscribe to, because I want to see what else they put out. But this looks really cool. Did you have any other opinions on that?
No, Bloodborne is the best Souls game, so uh,
It
that's
would
an
be if
opinion.
it ran well on PS4.
Yeah,
Like, nah, I
they've
can't get into it because of how it runs, dude.
they've got to be fixing that, right? I mean, come
They
on.
should, but they haven't yet. They should, but they haven't yet.
Um,
And I do want to play it because I like what I was playing, but it runs like shit on PS4, so that's what got me out of it. Um, we'll have to wait and see though. If hopefully if it gets updated, I'll be there day one to play it. I got it on PlayStation Plus. I'll be there day one to play if they update it.
I've played worse though.
Uh,
I mean, for fuck's sake, I
I
played
played it.
Skyrim
Yeah,
on
but
PS3, so like,
I've played a lot better, and that's what's holding me back. Moving on, we got a look at some new trailers, some new releases. July 20th, we have a couple games coming out. Akiba's Trip, or Akiba Strip, I think is the fan name for it.
yeah,
Hellbound and Debriefed. I've actually heard of these games before. Have you heard of the Akiba's Trip games?
yeah. I played the first
Yeah,
one on PC.
I haven't played any of them,
They're
but the
not good.
concept, if you yeah, that's what I heard. I heard they're not great. They're funny concepts, but they're not great. They're basically like beat 'em up action games, and the objective is to strip your opponent because they're vampires. And if you strip them naked, they can burn up in the sunlight. Weird concept, but I mean, there's an appeal here. These
The
games have been out for a while, so
problem with this game is that it's like you could tell it was like a PSP game
yeah, this is
or like a
a
Vita
the
game.
first Akiba's Trip came out on the Vita, and this is an HD update of the first game in the series, and it's painfully obvious this was a Vita game. Even though the Vita itself was an HD console, it was still a handheld in like 2011, 2012. So not the best, not the best graphical fidelity, and you definitely see that here. It still looks interesting though, and I mean, if you've never had a chance to play the first one, here's a way to do it without having to go out and buy a Vita. I'm gonna skip it honestly. Like, I don't really care for these games. The
Yep.
concept is interesting, but it doesn't look like it offers enough like technical depth for me to really get into it. I sound so fucking elitist, but I like I like beat 'em ups and I like fighting games, and they need to offer me more than just like a silly idea. In really good games, Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights is releasing on PS4 also on the 20th. I played this game on Switch and it's phenomenal. It's a 2D Metroidvania style blood Souls inspired game. Really neat, really fun gameplay. It's very punishing, so have fun with that. But the art style is really cool. The music is very nice. It fits the tone very well for the game. The story's a very dark fantasy story, and you kind of piece things together as you go on. I liked what I was playing, and I think it's definitely worth picking up if you haven't played it yet. If you don't want to wait till the 20th when it drops on PS4, it is available on Switch and PC right now, but it's definitely worth your attention. And next game we got coming out on the 20th is a Switch game. It's coming out on Switch and PS4. Cotton Reboot. I've never heard of this. Fantastic Night Dreams Cotton Reboot. Have you heard of this franchise before?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Um,
It's like a 2D side-scrolling shooter.
like a bullet hell.
Bullet hell shooter, yeah. Kind of like Raiden or like R-Type. But this game is like $40. So why? I don't understand where this $40 comes from. Is this like a is like a really popular game series. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea. Um, it looks interesting, but not like $40 interesting, if I'm being honest here. I mean, it looks interesting. It's cute, but I'm not dropping $40 on that.
I
As
like
cute as it
shooters.
looks,
I like bullet hell shooters. So
I do too.
um,
But are you gonna pay
$40
$40
is
for
an
this one
ask.
though? Yeah, it is. It's a huge ask. And from what I can tell, it's like a single game. It's not like a collection of games.
This is a reboot.
Yeah. If this is like a series and it's like, oh, here's like a collection of like the whole series, I can see $40, but I don't know how to justify $40 for one game.
Cute 'em up
Um,
action based on one of Japan's longest running game series. I've never heard of this.
I've never heard of it either. But an emphasis on Japan, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Also on the 20th, we have Chris Tales coming out on everything: Switch, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and Stadia. This is a RPG with a really, really cool 2D art style. It plays very similar to like the Paper Mario games. You played the demo for this, right? And you kind of
Played the
liked it,
demo.
but
Wasn't a huge fan. Mostly because it just started really slow.
yeah, the demo is trying to show off the story when it's an RPG, so it's a story driven game, but you want to get people in with like the gameplay first. I would think, at least, if we're trying to show off a demo. Um, this looks like right up my alley, dude. Like I think I would have fun with this. I'm probably gonna download the demo and give it a shot, but this is coming out in like 3 days on the 20th for like everything. This looks like it'd be a great Switch game, honestly. But I'm still playing Ender Lily, so it'll take me a while before I get to this if I do decide to pick it up. But it looks like fun. Like based on what you play on the demo, I know it like wasn't your cup of tea because there was a lot of story stuff in the beginning, but would you
Yeah.
recommend it? Yeah. Awesome. We also got a look at Death's Door, which is releasing on July 20th as well. We saw this at the Devolver Digital E3 show earlier this year. This is a roguelike overhead action RPG. Very charming. You play as a raven, and it's really charming the way it looks. I really liked what I was seeing, dude. I really can't explain it. It's an action RPG roguelike. Not similar to like Hades or like any other of Super Giants games. But this looks like a lot of fun, and it's being developed by Devolver, so they have a pretty clean track record with
I
games
think
they
these are the
produce and
guys that
develop.
made Titan Souls. If you remember that
Oh,
game.
I do remember that game.
Um, it was like a Dark Souls, uh, Shadow of the Colossus type thing where there were only bosses and they only took one hit to kill, but you only had one shot with your bow, and then if you missed, you had to go and pick up your arrow and then
Yeah,
take the shot again. I think that's these
I do
guys.
remember that.
Yeah, I'm correct on that. There it is.
Yeah, I've heard of this one. It looks cool. It looks cool, and I really, really like what I'm seeing there. I really want to check it out, and I can't wait to play it. Honestly, this is another one I'm going to be paying very close attention to. I like what I'm looking at, and I want to play some more of it. It reminds me a lot of Hades, which I fucking love. I love Hades, so it reminds me of that. It's like that's there for me, man. Uh, Day after July 21st, we have Pokemon Unite coming out on the Switch. Which, if you guys remember, we talked about this a couple weeks ago on the podcast. Pokemon Unite is a Pokemon style MOBA, which, interesting. Like, I don't know why it took this long for that to happen. Pokemon sounds like it's perfect for a MOBA. Has a lot of very recognizable characters, recognizable Pokemon. It seems weird that it took this long for a Pokemon MOBA to come out, but here we are.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not sold on this.
I'm not a MOBA fan at all, so I'm not gonna be playing this at all.
Yeah,
But I like the concept, and I can see I can name a couple people at the top of my head that would be excited for this. And it's interesting. I'll probably check it out in terms of like just seeing how it does, how people review it.
it's
But
supposed to be
it's
going to
not
Switch,
gonna
but
it's supposed
they
to
don't
be coming to
have a page
Switch.
for it. That's why I didn't link it.
Uh yeah. I mean, we'll see. It looks interesting, and I want to see. Nintendo has been kind of inconsistent. They announce cool shit, and when they announce it, it's really cool, but it's been kind of inconsistent with the cool shit coming out and the execution. So we'll see what they do with Pokemon Unite, but I'm definitely following this game. I want to see more of what happens with
Yeah.
this. We also got Last Stop coming out July 22nd for everything PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. We saw this at E3 a couple months ago. It's a single player, third person adventure game set in London. You play as three separate characters, and there's some like crazy anomaly world ending event that you play through from these characters' perspectives. Think of it like Half-Life, the Cataclysm event from Half-Life 1, but in a point and click adventure game or a third person adventure game. I don't know how I feel about this, if I'm being honest.
Well, it's one of those like
Like we've
choose your
seen
own
it,
adventure games where like
yes, and
so
I'm
like
I'm
everyone's
kind of sick
story
of
is going to
these.
be kind of different.
Yes, and it's interesting, but I'm kind of done with them, if I'm being
I don't
honest.
know. It's an
I kind
Annapurna
of got
joint.
it was what?
Annapurna is publishing it, and they only publish good games. So there's got to be something to
Oh,
this.
you're just being like you're just biased because they did Outer Wilds. So
Well, yeah, they did publish Outer Wilds, but they're also like published like they only publish good games. Like they've never they're like Devolver where it's like they only put their name on stuff that's like fucking good. Um,
oh wow, they published Outer Wilds, Journey, Edith Finch, Sayonara Wild Hearts. Okay. Okay. So
yeah, Edith
there's
Finch.
some shit here. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool.
So I don't know. I'm definitely gonna
Yeah,
check
so
it
this
out.
might be interesting. I'll look into it. I'm probably not. It's not probably not going to be like a day one buy for me, but I'll definitely be paying attention to it. We also got final release July 23rd. We have Orcs Must Die 3 releasing. I'm surprised these games are still around. Like, I can see the appeal of them, but I didn't know you could take this concept that far. Those of you who don't know, Orcs Must Die is like a horde game slash tower defense. Yeah, am I off the mark on that?
No, that's it.
They have they have a decent appeal. Like a lot of people do like these games. I've never played them, but I mean, if there's a third one coming out, it might be worth looking into if they're this popular.
Yeah, it's not my thing. So
Yeah, yeah, it's not really my cup of tea either. I mean, I might check it out just to say I did, but I don't think I'm gonna like it really.
this game is $30, but that fucking shooter game was 40.
Yeah, it was like 40. Yeah, I know. It's weird. I mean, and that's it, dude. That's it for the show. Not a lot to go over. We'll have more stuff next week for sure as new stories start to come out, new games start to get announced. We'll have more stuff to talk about next week. But in the
Yeah,
meantime, hang out with us on Friday. We try to get together every Friday and do a like a group gaming session. You can come in, talk with us, recommend games to play, or play with us. We really wanna push that, get everyone get everyone involved, communicating with us. It'll be fun to see. Speaking of communicating, man, tell the people where they can find us.
Yeah, you can catch us Gameoverse.com, Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/Twitch, Gameoverse.com/Discord. Jump in there, you know, hang out with us, chat with us, do stuff with us. We're always doing something. Always doing some stupid shit. So
yeah, we're always hanging out. We're talking. Come check us out. It'll be fun.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna do it here.
Yep.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you watch, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for chatting, Clay. Thanks for stopping by. I think Rebel's in here. Shouts out to Rebel for chilling out.
What's up, Rebel?
Yeah, that's gonna do it. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. You have a good night. Stay safe.